Welcome back to Titanium Hanger. This is Mike. I'm coming at you with another video. This time I want to talk to you about the newer figures that are coming out for Masterpiece, third party, official, and some of the options that you have and some of the options that will come out in the future. So getting right into it here, and then I got about 10 different characters represented, and then I'm going to show what's coming up. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about the Cloud9 version versus the official of, well, they call it Laser Wave on the official one, but Shockwave here is the best, I think the best. This guy's the best. He's got more weight, more stout. He's just built really solid. Takara, on the other hand, matches the cartoon 100% accurate. So it depends on what you really want. I mean, I have both of them integrated in my displays. So this guy's on with my season 1 and season 2, and then I got this guy in season 3 because he did make some appearances. So just depends on what you want, how you like it. But I mean, this is the first figure I want to talk about. I got about 10 more, so let's get on to them. Here's how they look in the back, and yeah, it depends on how clean you want them. I mean, they both look pretty clean. I still like this guy more. Okay, so I like talking about these figures, and right now, most of what I'm talking about is still readily available on the market. Now, when you deal with third party, and I've only been really dealing with third party heavily for about a year and a half. Before that, I only had like 3 figures. And there's always, at a given time, some figures that are out of production and just really expensive and hard to get. Most of these that I'm showing you are either discounted, cheap, readily available, or you can just get them for MSRP pretty easy. So anyway, so this is the official version, and this is MMC's take. Now, these are different characters, and this is kind of what I want to do. And how I do with my collection is, let's say I'm going to have the main guy that mold's made for, and then they make him different color, and he's got a different name and all that stuff. And that was based off of the way they did it in G1. I want different companies representing them for different reasons because they have different aesthetics. And I think if they're different characters, they shouldn't be looking exactly the same and just have a different color. So that's why I like third party. That's one of the things I like the most about it. I had to bring the camera down to our level here. But I really wanted to show you, I like this one better aesthetically. And he's heavier, he's got die cast. MMC did a great job with him. And I really only picked him up because he was on sale. And I was like, well, I've got the official, and I've actually got an official one of him. I just didn't even open it because as soon as I received it, I found this guy on sale. And I think it looks good. And now I wouldn't say I'd want to go with every one of them with MMC because I like them to look different. They're different characters. They need to look different. They need to have some different aesthetics. Now, one thing the official did is you can hide all this. They hid all that right in here, which is pretty impressive. I don't know if I can show it, but yeah, without really taking it apart too much. I don't want to mess with that right now. But man, that was a pretty good feat of engineering that they did. But still, having them on the shelf, looking good. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so Fans Toys just came out with their Dracula, and it wound up this Function X Sigma L. It's a weird name. This is the best looking one there was on the market, and of course I got it on sale, and so it filled a hole in my display for, golly, how long did it fill a hole for? 8 months maybe. Got it earlier in 18, and then Fans Toys comes out with theirs. Fans Toys obviously is far superior to this. Just showing you the size differences, but still kind of the wings are really, really similar in how they execute the wings and a few things. I'm so glad they didn't use like a cloth type wing because that was my biggest fear of any company using like a cloth type wing on Wine Wipe here. So let's say it's a Weird Wolf. Now, Fans Toys made a Weird Wolf, and I really forgot what they called it. But I don't have it, and I was unsure if I was even going to go in on the Monster Bots at all whatsoever. And then, but that one's gone through the roof price, so I'm waiting for a re-release. If I catch it, I catch it. If I don't, it's not going to break my heart or anything because I'm not 100% in on these guys yet. I only picked Dracula because I got him on a good deal with a sale on eBay. Plus the sellers lowered the price, and so it was like 110. It's not bad. So is it just me, or does it seem like the Springer Wars has taken a gigantic pause? It seemed like we had 5 Springers out, one after the other, 4 or 5. We had, the first one was Unique Toys Allen. Right behind that one, we had the Open and Play Big Spring. After that, around that same time, we had Toy World come out with their Abomination of whatever the heck that was. I love Toy World, by the way. I mean, they've got some good stuff, but that's not G1, and I don't really care if it's not G1. So, and then this is the Fans Toys one. Now, the Fans Toys one right now is the best. It's the most solid. It has a lot of weight and girth and like what you'd want with this character. You don't want this character to be light. And this one's not too bad. I mean, the Open and Play Big Spring, which Open and Play's only got like 3 figures out. They made a Springer, they made a Galvatron, and they made something else. But anyway, I like it. He's a good figure, and he looks good. And if you, hey, for $60 versus, I mean, literally I paid double for the Fans Toys one, and I got a huge discount on him. So, and he cleans up. Look how well he cleans up. I mean, that is nice. The Open and Play does clean up well. He looks good. Now, I did a few things with my Open and Play, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but I modified him. I just fold that little flap down. I just thought it looked weird. I know it was to cover that tire a little bit, but I folded it down so it looked more Springer. His shoulders would be more Springer-like shoulders, and I think it looks better. And he was my Springer of choice on my shelf for, I don't know, 6 or 8 months until I finally picked up the Fans Toys one. And as you're going to see, because I usually don't have things first, I'll have a couple things early, but most things I don't have early. But you're going to see that I kind of wait and see I'm a little bit behind on the times. But I also have a lot of things to put input on these characters and the figures. And so, like, if you're on a super budget and you don't have a Springer, Open and Play is out there for some super good deals. And Fans Toys, I think X-Transbot's going to win, and you also have MMC in there. MMC's looks pretty good, and I saw a picture of MMC's, and I really thought it was X-Transbots. That's how good MMC's looks. And MMC, I think, is going to be the best, though. I mean, not MMC. X-Transbot's going to be the best. X-Transbot's going to beat out Fans Toys in this one. Mark my words. So what happens when you have twins and one eats a lot of Twinkies, the other one works out? I mean, you've got the skinny dude over here, and you got this dude that's got a little more heft to him. Or maybe he works out and he doesn't. Anyhow, you slice it. X-Transbots, Eligos, and Fans Toys Quietus. I just put a video out about that earlier, day or two ago, whatever. And it's either one's great. I mean, this guy has been a representation on my shelf for 2 years now, and yeah, I broke that tab. I broke the tab and then something in here when I was transforming them because it's my fault. I mean, it's X-Transbot's fault for tolerances not being right. Okay, yeah. But had I been more careful, I could have easily transformed it without breaking it if I slowed down. I move too fast. I go too fast. I don't really enjoy a 10, 15-minute transformation. 3 minutes, and if I don't have it done in 3 minutes, I'm getting a little irritated. So anyway, they're both good. I would say Fans Toys is the best. And right now, you can get this guy for like $130, and then this guy for about $140. And either way, I actually got them from the same exact seller on eBay, and if I wait, I could probably catch them for $110, like I did all the other Fans Toys ones that are in this price range. But I wanted them, and I kind of feel like he's going to sell out. And this is one of those things, and I've touched on the other video, but these guys, these characters here, they're going to have, you can have multiples of them, and it's okay. It's perfectly fine. You can have multiples, and it will be okay. Because the character in the movie, in the series and all that, shows that there's the main guy, and then there's the Armada, and there's other ones there with him, following him. There's always like 3 of them. So I could use a third company to get in the mix here. So come on, bring it on, MMC. So the next one here is probably the most controversial. Okay, so I got the Gwalt, DX9's Gwalt, right when it came out. And I thought he was a good figure. Immediately I said he's not screen accurate, but he looks good. He'll fit the bill. He'll be all right. But he's really solid. He's sturdy. I mean, I pick him up and set him down, and I don't got to worry about, well, it looked like it, but I don't really have to worry about is he going to fall over. On the other hand, this is the KFC's Ditka. And this Blitzwing is so much harder to pose. And I got mine for like, well, $95 or something like that. He's worth $100 for his aesthetics. The fact that BBTS includes these fixes. It's a ankle fix and a knee fix. So I haven't installed the fix because I can still make mine work, and so I figure why put the wear and tear and stress on these pieces when I feel like I've manipulated so much and it's got some trouble. I'll use those pieces. So yes, if I was going to get 2, I'd get the Ditka, but X-Transbot's got theirs coming out, so I think everybody's just holding their breath right now. And which one of these two's engineering is Fans Toys going to copy? So Starscream's got some options now, and you got the Make Toys Meteor and I think this one is just awesome, covering up all the good stuff, huh? But he looks amazing. Like, just walked off the screen. There are the problem with the back of the wings, is like the under of the wings, that they're just not filled, and they're selling wing fillers for like $30. So there's a whole debate about that nonsense. And this is the official. Side by side, you just look at them. Which one looks better? Now, I gotta say, Make Toys has almost gone the extreme tune accuracy route, which people complain that the Takara is going. But I like that, so it doesn't bother me at all. But his wings are filled on both sides, just in case you want to know. I suggest Make Toys. I think that eventually Make Toys will start including those. I mean, obviously on their 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th production run, they're going to start doing that. So I got a couple of, well, really the only two on the market yet. I don't know if MMC's is out yet. I don't like the way MMC's looks. I don't like this backpack, and I actually considered just pulling a pin out and removing the backpack, because that's something people are doing. But from the front, he looks great. This is the Ace, and he was okay. Like, people bash him. He's not that bad. Come on, the difference is he doesn't have a faux faux chest. If you could do the same thing that X-Transbots does, and, well, it's not really the same thing, but if you could do the same thing that, say, the official MP39 Sunstreaker does, and just flip this up and rotate it and then have a faux chest, that would be better. But it doesn't really work like that. Anyway, right now I think X-Transbots is the best. I'm sure another company's going to come along and beat them. I don't think that MMC is that one, and hopefully official comes out. Now I'm going to talk about these, and this is kind of not really fair because you can't find this guy anymore. He's like $100 on eBay if he ever pops up. And then this one here is all over eBay for like $13, but the size is different. This is how I'm going to transition into the future. What do we want? We want X-Transbots to do these. They're going to do one that I don't have, that I never bothered picking up, the guard-looking dude. But right, I picked a couple of these up for real cheap, just because I wanted to have some sort of representation on the shelf, and then had to like late-night auctions to catch this guy for a good deal for under $100. So lastly, I really just want to talk about the future and what's coming out soon. And I think we're all waiting on the X-Transbots. We're waiting on all kinds of X-Transbots and Fans Toys to come out. But this is the Fans Toys version of Sea Spray. X-Transbots can do theirs. I think that's going to be the best. I haven't even gotten the X-Transbots version, which has been out for a year or 2 years, of Beachcomber. Was it Beachcomber? Those Dune. Well, this guy's called Dune Raker or something like that. But anyway, Fans Toys is going to make them. I'm still going to get the X-Transbots, and I'm going to get the Fans Toys. And then we've got another company that's coming out, and it's called Final Something Victory Lap. I don't know. But they're going to make, well, this is the Bad Cube version of Warpath. And they're going to make a Warpath. They're going to make a Brawn. And they're also going to make a Huffer. I didn't bring a Huffer to show you. But the thing is that they're going to do a 3-pack of them for $110. And I'm sure that 3-pack will eventually go down to like $70 or $60. But I don't think their Brawn looks bad. I think their Brawn is better looking than what we got right here. And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I might be sold on theirs, but obviously Fans Toys is doing all these too. Fans Toys is going to be the one to wait for, so maybe if you get the other ones to play with in the middle for a good price, who knows. But the future's bright. There's a lot of stuff coming out and a lot of trading up that's going to be happening. So once I get about another 8 figures that I think are possible trade-ups, I will do another trade-up video. Teddy Hanger out.